Greetings, YouTube. Happy Saturday. It is a day that I anticipate tonight in a live stream will be the first of a new hunt for a new 5-star champion in Marvel Contest of Champions. And I know that video that I posted yesterday asking the community who I should hunt for. And as always, thank you so much to everybody who commented and who reached out to me in the Line app. And this was not as overwhelming of a response as, say, in One Direction compared to past poll videos, but it was overwhelming enough to have a clear, decisive decision. About 62% of the community that responded to either me personally in the Line app and or YouTube, and yes, I kind of put those results together, said that they want me to hunt for a champion that will make Labyrinth of Legends fun. And that is, of course, the Labyrinth of Legends option, who I can only visually show you on my roster as a 4-star. And that is Aegon, or as my brother Prof Hulk likes to say, who has no idea what anything in the game is, he's better than Begon. Even though Begon, of course, is not a champion, that does not exist. In fact, Aegon technically didn't exist right until Kabam made him up. But gotta love hunting for this guy. Now, it is a champion that I know I will use for multiple aspects, but really for Labyrinth of Legends more than anything if I was to obtain him. It's also a champion that kind of takes one of my rules into consideration when hunting, and that's if you can get them as a 6-star, but they need to be at high sig, it's kind of irrelevant. I could have a duped 6-star Omega Red right now, but if he's only sig 20, I wouldn't take a sig 20 rank 2 6-star Omega Red over a 565 sig 200. There's no way. And so similarly, I could have a 6-star Aegon. I could have him awaken. But if he's not at a high sig, and right now, besides spending more money than my mortgage on my house is worth, I would never have that opportunity. So this does give me a chance to hunt for somebody I know I'm going to use in at least one major game setting that I have not completed yet. And at the same time, it's a champion that a lot of people love and I think would be excited to follow along in the series, because that's kind of the point, right? I mean, the champion is exciting to hunt for in general, and it's fun to kind of vicariously live through my pain, which there was a lot of it, 760,000 5-star shards, worth it. It's very ironic that both the hunt for Stark Spidey and the hunt for Omega Red did not actually come to fruition in a 5-star crystal, but in a dungeon crystal and a featured Cavalier crystal. That's just how the RNG works. Sometimes you expect RNGesus to be there. It's only Arden Judas. It will betray you a lot. But that also brings me to my next point. Now, I'm going to have an official rank up video, hopefully in the next 24 hours, because we had the arena milestone come through, and now we are finishing up at the time of recording this hero use. Got about 7 hours left. But after this should be, knock on wood, and boy, we have been disappointed before by this, but this should be our favorite level up event, that 25 extra free units. And because of that, I am planning on taking up the champion that, even though the latest poll was about 50-50. I actually think it was slightly in favor of Captain Marvel. But here's the deal, YouTube. You have stayed with me for 8 freaking months to hunt for Omega Red. When I wailed out in November on Cyber Monday and purchased enough deals to get the 5-star generic Awakening Gem, this was with Omega Red in mind. On top of that, I purchased as many deals as I could on July 4th of 2019 so that I could secure enough generic Sig Stones to take Omega Red straight to Sig 200. But even more so than that, instead of worrying about the Nick Fury Captain Marvel combo, which is still going to be there, it's not going anywhere because I have the champions, this gives the hunt a little bit more excitement for Aegon, because we still have this skill Awakening Gem. And if we get another skill Awakening Gem in a couple months with the Summoner Appreciation Calendar, great, we'll just use it on Nick Fury. So there is no bad scenario for this to be. And someone might say, but what if you get a mutant Awakening Gem. Well, have you ever heard of Namor? You don't think I could use that on him and that be valuable? I'll just save it for him. So I've done a lot of thinking about this, and I believe that these hunts are only as exciting as whether or not you can use the champion. That's why Aegon is a great choice for the third hunt on my channel. And I just feel like I would be a douchebag jerk if after securing Omega Red, because the first poll that was overwhelmingly Captain Marvel was also under the assumption that it might be 2 years before I get Omega Red. But now that I have him, I just have to say that I would be doing all my fans a disservice if I did not rank up and awaken the champion that you waited 8 months for me to jump out of my chair with excitement to obtain. I also want to say, for those of you who say, but you don't have Sabretooth, well, check this out. Huge shout out to the user Bone Man, who talked to me yesterday about his love of Omega Red and threw out a point that no one else somehow had thrown out. I historically hate this champion, Deadpool X-Force. Probably my second biggest quote-unquote miss in the 6-star pool, next to duping my Hulkbuster. I am hopeful that with this new balancing message from Marvel Contest of Champions, that both Hulkbuster and Deadpool X-Force will get significant beta test boost, or just boost in general. Maybe they don't need to be beta tested like Gamora, and that will make me thankful to have them. But at the moment, other than some kind of cool power gain, I'm not excited at all to have Deadpool X-Force. But here's the deal, YouTube. When we think about the synergy, the Sabretooth synergy, that so many people say, understandably, I need to make Omega Red OP, and we look at those special synergy bonuses. Check this out. There are 2 champions who can give Omega Red 30% faster rate to inflict Death Spores and 30% longer rate for Death Spores to be removed. 2 of them. It's not just this guy. It's this guy. It's freaking Deadpool X-Force. I'm actually really thankful I have him now, because as a 6-star, he jumps those gates as well in 6.2, and probably as well in 6.3, and so on and so forth. So wow, for the first time in my life, I can say thank you, Deadpool X-Force. You made this a rank up decision, finalized. Is that a sentence that is grammatically correct? No, I don't even know what that means, but I'm excited. I'm excited because that secures the final skepticism of don't take up Omega because you don't have Sabretooth. And I realize Sabretooth is a much better champion than Deadpool X-Force, but strictly speaking for the synergy bonus, it still is there on my roster right now. No waiting needed. So tonight, at some point in my stream, we will do the first ever hunt for 5-star Aegon. Maybe it'll be the first time in my life I have 1 round and 1 hunt, though technically Nick Fury was going to be my next hunt, and it was -0 rounds, even though negative and 0 don't go hand in hand either. A lot of this video maybe doesn't make sense, but it's because I'm so excited to announce my next hunt and to say thank you so much for everybody who voted. Aegon was the winner by about 12%, and also Omega Red will be taken to SIG 200 565. Final shout out to everybody who convinced me before pulling Omega Red to do a full suicide build, because that's going to factor in so much to my love of that champion as well. Have a great weekend, YouTube. Thanks for watching.